Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Okay, we're going to go ahead and end with the last part of this weekly Shonen Jump review. The last one in this week's weekly Shonen Jump is Bleach. As far as the chapters I review, Dragon Ball is actually the last, the last part of weekly Shonen Jump, and this is Bleach 543 titled Letters. And so what we have here is that basically this was an introduction for a lot of the Quincy. We got to see um, and we did get to see that the people that were battling, they tried to sneak up on Yamamoto and got burnt. Yes, all three of them are alive. As not, Basby, and na. Hey, that's so funny. Oh man, I don't want to say that again. I just don't. Would have gave him a dumb name, but And there also appears to be a lot of suspicion right here, and I get the feeling that Uryu is being used. Um, I just get the feeling that he's being used and he's also being lied to. And so, all of the Stern Ritter, they're like, who is that guy? Why is he on the same stage as His Majesty? We see Bambietta and Basby, and Yuabak introduces Uryu Ishida. He is the last surviving Quincy in this world. I am appointing him as my successor. And we see, all the Sternwood we've seen before, and their faces are just shocked and surprised. And of course, and we surprisingly we get one that is speaking their mind. It's like, what did His Majesty just say? His Majesty's successor, some guy we don't even know. And hold on a second, Your Majesty. And I say that surprising because we've all seen how Yua does everything, and the fact that you would even begin to question him, we know it's pointless because you're going to be dead at the end of the day. But man, these servers, they're pretty brave. I tell you, they must not know that. Well, they have to know. Yeah, they have to know. But I mean, that's pretty bold. And what we see here is that Haswalth stops him. It's like, I will not stand for objections. No need for concern neither. You will soon learn firsthand his power in battles to come. That will be all. And so basically it goes on and it introduces other Quinces there. There's conversation. Obviously, they're mad. And we get the Stern Ritter-esque, the wrestler Mask de Masculine, Stern Ritter K, BG9, and Stern Ritter I, Kang Du, Stern Ritter H, which is Basby. And let's see, we also get Jugo, Basby calls Haswalth Jugo, and he is Stern Ritter B, Jugram Haswalth. Okay. And there is something very, very suspicious going on here. And we continue on. They're having conversations there. And Basby is being an idiot, and he's trying to go and talk to U-Haul for some unknown reason. As we all know, that's very stupid. You can't question the leader, and because obviously he's going to suffer the consequences. And it basically Jugram Haswalth, he's like, calm down, Basby. He's like, I am calm, a lot more than you are right now. And we see this hole that opens up. It's the same one we saw at the very beginning of the start of this arc, with Hiyori was talking, and they were coming back from the grocery store, and somebody noted that they smelled Shinigami. I smell a Soul Reaper, and we see here that is Stern Ritter D, Eskin Nak Levar. Okay, and yeah. Okay, and what he's telling them is like His Majesty doesn't like conflict, and you have eyes on you as well. And we see somebody at the top. He has like a stick with the like an eye in the middle with wings on either end, and he's just grinning. He has some shades on, and he's like, "Cut it out, the both of you. Nothing good will come of it. Especially for you, it'll only be poison. I know you already know that, don't you? Our next emperor." And we go to the final page in this chapter, and it goes on to say that completes the ritual. Your power will awaken soon. I will bestow upon you a shrift, which is a sacred letter. You shall receive the same letter A as me. And that is the end of the chapter. Okay, so what we have right here is that this is the most intriguing part of this arc. I mean, not of this arc, excuse me, of this chapter. The fact that Uryu, um, now I don't know, because when you look at that panel when he says our next emperor, and you see Jugram with his, he looks emperorish with his cloak on, and the hair flowing and the way he looks. So something obviously is going on, and the fact that this is a ritual. This ritual in which probably, like I did hear the King of Lightning state that this is most likely blood, and I'm going to be in agreement with that. This is probably his personal blood, and he's drinking that blood to awaken his powers. Now, this may seem kind of, I guess, a little crazy or kind of far-fetched and out there, but what if the whole point of this because also going back to the beginning of this chapter, when he noted that this was the last surviving Quincy, and nobody flinched. Nobody was like, huh? What? It's like it didn't matter to them at all. He's the last surviving Quincy. You can say true Quincy in a sense, because his father is, a pure Quincy, and his mother was not. She was not a pure Quincy, but a mixed Quincy. Uh, so yeah, but he's Quincy nonetheless, born into it. So I can only assume that all of these people, all of the Stern Ritter, were not born into it. So therefore, they are not true Quincy's. That's what I take away from, not only because the fact that he did state that this is the last Quincy. That's important. He wouldn't, it wouldn't be stated otherwise if it was not of important notice. And we also know, everybody knows that Ryukin gave up being a Quincy. Entitled, he doesn't, he'll use his abilities, but he's not going to say, he's not going to claim that. And we all know why now, because of how his wife died, and yeah, he wants nothing to do with, so he's pretty much over it, but he'll use his powers for his own benefit, for the way he wants to. He's not going to do anything for you all, in that regard. So, but in going back to the end of the chapter there, with the Stern Ritter saying that our next emperor, and that when he told him that it'll only be poison. And the fact that you look at the blood, we see right here is like a drop of blood at the end of that, which translates to the next page, which is on that plate and this ritual. So I wonder if this is the ritual to begin, which Yuha can either now take control, can take Uryu's powers away, or this power allow him to basically steal Uryu's body because there's something more than this. It's, to me, from the feeling I get from it, it's just not straightforward and simple, and simply, cut is, it's there's a lot of deception being, I'm assuming, on both sides. Obviously, from Uryu's standpoint, everybody, you know, knows why, but from the standpoint that if Jugram Haswalth is the true next emperor, and that's the way it looks from, I mean, just look at that page. That makes him seem like he's really the next in charge. Uryu is being used for something, and we all know that Uryu, he's very intelligent and smart, but I just don't know right now what he knows as far as does he know that Juha basically killed his mother. I have no way of knowing if Ryukin told him everything or, and what did was he surprised because because obviously if you go back to the beginning of the chapter when we first met the Arrancar Quincy, when he came to challenge Ichigo and try to steal his Bankai, obviously he heard about that right there. It was like a Quincy, what was his thought? And the reason why he did not go to Echo Mundo, it was like, it's Quincy? Okay. I wonder if he went and talked to Ryukin and got information from there. Because as far as he's ever known, him and his father were the only two remaining Quincy known to be. But everything changed, and now all of a sudden he's with these Quincy, and he's going to fight in this battle against Soul Society. Um, you know, Uryu, what is his reason? I really hope it's not something that where he was lied to by, and he believes the lie by, whatever Jugram Haswalth told him because, he was the one that went and got him. I hope he didn't feed him some false information. Was like, yeah, the Soul Reapers killed your mother, and and something along those lines, or just, yeah, 'cause I wouldn't like that at all. I mean, man, but there's obviously a reason he's doing this, even if it is just to, at the end of the day, to turn on or maybe he's here to cause dissension among the ranks and, lead to basically to them destructing from the inside out. There's a point to him doing this, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing his answer because he has an extremely serious look on his face. He knows this isn't going to be something. This isn't something that you just idly do just out of the blue. You're talking about serious battle, life and death. People have already died. I mean, and especially on the Soul Reaper side, they lost a captain commander. So it doesn't get any more serious than that right there. You're going to have the involvement of the Royal Guard, and obviously you're going to have the involvement of Ichigo. That's just, man, that goes without saying. So, and you have to assume that that Chad or him are also going to join this battle. So with all of that in mind, that you're going to be going up against, why would you accept and become one of? There's a reason behind, it, and I'm definitely can't wait to see what his explanation is and why he is doing what he is doing. So that's pretty much it there. Like I said, there's lots of thoughts and theories that everybody's gonna have, but I just want everybody to keep that in mind that with Jugram Haswalth, and I'm gonna keep on saying that if you just look at that page, look at the last, once he says our next emperor, just look at how he's looking, and then the look on his face and the drop of blood right underneath his face, and with Uryu drinking that blood, and the fact that it is a ritual. This was a ritual. So there is something that is tied. This right here has to be intertwined together, and this may be, and I mean, I would hate it if this was something just to take his powers away, which would really suck. I mean, but I don't think Kubo would do that, but there's definitely something, some kind of either control over him or it's just something because you are, yeah, he's not. I wouldn't, he just can't be trusted like that. He's too power hungry. Well, that's it. Let me go ahead and get out of here. Take care.